USA. 3 Warriors in that starting lineup. Coach K, no dummy he, playing to the home crowd here, including, of course, Kevin Durant, along with Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. The non-Warriors, Kyrie Irving and DeMarcus Cousins. The big news for China is who's absent from the starting lineup. Yi Jianlian, probably the best known player on their roster after playing in the NBA and having scored 18 points on Sunday, is not playing tonight. We are told due to passport issues. So he is not one of the 2 centers they will start, Smitty, and a single guard lineup, an unusual look for Team China. Well, for more on Team USA and Kevin Durant's arrival here in Oakland, let's send it over to Jared Greenberg.
Well, Matt, let's try and quantify Durant's quick rise to popularity out here in the Bay Area with some staggering numbers. 7,000 of these number 35 KD jerseys have already been sold in less than a month on Warriors.com. 2,000 of them sold within the first 24 hours of the Warriors announcing his signing. Now, the merchandise website Fanatics say that Durant's jersey, since changing teams, has sold more in the first 3 weeks than LeBron James' jersey sold when he switched from Miami to Cleveland a couple of years back. Guys, last year Durant had the 5th most popular jersey in the NBA. It's fair to say, heading into next season, he may challenge his new teammate Steph Curry for the most popular jersey in the league.
Well, Jared, it was a seismic shift around the NBA, certainly in terms of competitive balance moving forward, because the expectation is this Golden State Warriors team with 4 All-Stars all under the age of 30 will be not only a contender to win the West as they've done the last 2 years, but to win it all for who knows how long into the immediate future.
Yeah, when you start to look at those guys, like you said, you have all-stars, you have unbelievable shooters. I think the only question mark right now is guys 7 through 12, because you look at the Golden State Warriors led by all these stars, but they were a complete team that used, Steve Kerr used the entire team. They have to make up for those guys that they lost, but so far so good. They have some guys that can flat out shoot the basketball, man.
And as Jared pointed out, KD is already moving the merch here in the Bay Area and likely moved who knows how many fans to come to this game tonight that might not have otherwise come out to an exhibition game. Here was the greeting KD received upon his first introduction as a Warrior here at Oracle.
At this time, we ask number 5, Kevin Durant.
What a scene it was here when Durant was announced to the crowd. Durant, as well as Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, now addressing the folks here at Oracle Arena as well. They've been doing this before all the exhibition games, bringing out a player, in this case 3 players, to say thanks to the home folks for coming out to watch these exhibition games before the U.S. heads off to Rio and the Summer Games of 2016.
And you see the smile on Draymond's face, man. Reason why is he has 3 shooters now and 3 guys that can flat out shoot the basketball. And you're talking about him as a point forward. His assists will go up and his field goal percentage will go up because everything will fan out and he'll have his way of being able to drive the basketball. He'll come away with 2 or 3 more easy layups.
And who knows how many more triple doubles this upcoming season as well, with all those options as he gets the ball either out of pick and roll or out of traps there at the elbow, where he's got his choice of shooters in the corner or guys lobbing to the rim.
You sound like NBA 2K, the game.
It is staggering, and the rest of the league's got to try to figure this out. The U.S. comes out in blue tonight against China. Of course, they defeated China on Sunday easily, 106-57. The United States shot just under 55%, hit 40 of their last 65 shots after a little bit of a shaky start offensively. And that's the same thing we saw against Argentina. Weren't exactly fluid offensively the first few minutes of the game as this team gets to know each other.
Yeah, you're totally right. And I think for them it's a filling out process. But I would think in this 3rd game, they are ready to go. And I think also having an opponent like China that they've already faced, this will be a better game for them, I think, from an offensive standpoint and a better flow. But I think defensively, they will take it up to another level, especially with this starting lineup. These 3 guys can switch out, and then you have a guy in DeMarcus Cousins that can clean everything up in the paint.
Not only have these teams faced each other now twice in the last 3 days, China is the United States' first Olympic opponent on the 6th of August as Joe Chi stands in to jump center with DeMarcus Cousins here on a Tuesday night in Oakland, California. Our officials tonight, Jose Carrion is set to toss it up along with Anthony Jordan and Murat Kogut. And Cuz wins the tip for the United States. Underway here at Oracle Arena. And who else but Kevin Durant will take the first shot of the night and bury it.
Man, it seemed like you rolled up that script where he comes out and take a contested three, and the Golden State Warriors fans are going nuts. They're going to see a lot of those.
Well, Mike Krzyzewski didn't script it. The rest of his teammates certainly did. There was no question about who was taking that first shot. And back comes the U.S. with Durant open on the wing for another easy two. 5-0 quickly for the United States. All those points off the fingertips of the 4-time scoring champion, Kevin Durant. And the most popular man in the building right now, I would venture to say.
Yes, indeed. And right off the bat, like you said, he gets a three, and then he gets a layup. That's not good for China.
Joe Pung is trapped. There's Joe Chi, who will knock down the jumper. Joe Chi was considered an NBA prospect and was the second-round pick of the Houston Rockets, number 43 overall. Likely to stay in China. Irving lost it behind him. Back comes China. And Joe Pung with the layup to make it 5-4. These two teams were tied at 4 early on Sunday, and then things quickly got out of hand. Draymond Green on the post, and he loses it.
It seems like Kyrie Irving and Draymond Green, the slipperiness of the basketball, both guys can't handle it, and Kyrie trying to talk to the referees and saying the ball is slippery.
Yeah, these balls, we were able to handle a few of those at training camp last week, and they feel like basketballs that have just come right out of the box. They are slick to the touch. And you need to get worn just a little bit before they're easier to handle. And this was the opening play as Durant. That three-point line means nothing to him.
No, not at all. Might as well erase it.
Thompson from Irving over on the wing. DeMarcus Cousins comes to set the pick. Eventually back to Cousins from Green. Great ball movement here. Irving for three, in and out.
Great job by DeMarcus Cousins. Had a high percentage shot, but kicked it out to Durant and kicked it out to Kyrie Irving. That's unselfishness. When Coach K talked about that during the real training camp. He wants the guys to be unselfish, but he wants them to play their game. And that's what would have been a shot that DeMarcus Cousins would have taken, or Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant leaking out for his second bucket. With all those options, another turnover, and Durant will get another one. KD throws it down.
They're so comfortable or overplaying defensively. Reason why you have a Draymond Green, a Klay Thompson that can switch and they can pick up. And usually you have guys at a power forward position. You don't want to see a two guard, but these guys are all 6'7", 6'8", and can guard multiple offensive guys.
Well, the Warriors are going to miss Andrew Bogut as the foul goes against Cousins there. The Warriors will miss Andrew Bogut defensively, but they were already one of the most versatile defensive teams in terms of switching things. Obviously, Draymond Green's value is hard to really quantify, but with Durant there, and this is no knock on Harrison Barnes, but they're that much more versatile defensively now.
Yeah, and it's much more harder when you have a guy that's 6'11" with the wingspan of Kevin Durant. I think, like you said, you will miss Bogut at the rim. But before you get to the rim, you have to go through these wing guys with this length. And Klay Thompson has very much elevated his game as an unbelievable defensive player. We know Draymond can guard 1 through 5. And now you have a guy in Kevin Durant who I think can be adequate as same as Draymond in guarding 1 through 5.
Wang Zhulin at the free throw line, another second-round NBA pick this summer. Memphis took him with the 57th overall pick after 4 seasons with the Fujiang Sturgeons, Smitty.
I like that name, man. Fujiang Sturgeons.
Playing with the senior team since 2013. And it's 7-6 here early on at Oracle Arena in Oakland. Kevin Durant's debut as a Warrior. Klay Thompson off on the 3. And this is where the United States has really hurt their opponents so far in this exhibition season, is on offensive rebounding. Cousins had a double-double in the first game against Argentina. A quick board there to set up a couple of free throws for Cuz.
And you're right, they're plus 27 entering this game on offensive rebounds. But when you start looking at this team, they are definitely going to dominate teams and getting the offensive glass. The one area I would love to see them even improve after the first 2 games is free throw attempts. Just plus 12. I think that number has to go up to at least about plus 20.
First foul for Ding Yanyu-Hong, and Cousins misses both at the line.
And the reason why I say that, Matt, is because there are some teams, because you know the game of basketball and that three-point line, if they get hot behind that line, you want to have that cushion of having a plus 15 or plus 20 in free throw attempts to be able to absorb a team getting hot from the three-point line.
That ball was off China, so back to the United States. Thompson off the dribble, back to Durant for 3. Well defended and fouled. And Durant will get three free throws as he's fouled by Zhou Peng.
You know, we know he can flat out shoot the basketball. We know it's hard to contest his shots with his size. What I think it makes him a unique player is his ability to handle the basketball and get where he wants on the floor at a guy with that size. He's very fluid handling the basketball and getting on balance and being able to square up and then shoot that pretty jump shot.
I mentioned Durant has led the U.S. in scoring in both exhibition games so far. 23 against Argentina, 19 in the first meeting with China. Set a U.S. scoring record back in the 2010 World Cup and currently leads China 9-6 in this game.
If he plays 20-25 minutes, I'm predicting 30-35 points tonight on the way he's going right now. He's getting some easy buckets and his jump shot is going, like you said, 10 points
it is
so far.
Durant 10, China 6.
Nice little half-court pressure, USA.
They could do so much defensively. So many players in the 6'3" to 6'9" range, about 9 of their players. 2 true centers, which is a little unusual for Team USA rosters in recent years. Draymond Green picks up the foul, and once again it's Zhou Peng.
Zhou Peng did a nice job after he passed the basketball against the low trap. You want that guy to cut extremely hard. Defenders don't pick up the guy after he passes it, and he did a nice job of drawing that foul.
Joe's the team captain for China, and we're told he'll retire from international play after the Olympics. He's just 26.
You wanted to keep playing, Matt? 26 years old.
Got a lot of time left, right? I mean, plays professionally for the Guangdong Tigers. That's wiped away. Good use of the rule by Cousins. Kyrie Irving leaking out head. Easy 2 for him in the first bucket for someone other than Kevin Durant for Team USA. Makes it 12-6.
And USA players are not comfortable with that rule, being able to goaltend the basketball. Cousins creating a possession for U.S. basketball and a bucket with that swipe away that is not called goaltending in international play.
Zhou Qi tried to drive it, got it back. The 3 attempt is no good. He was just 1 of 6 in the game on Sunday, and 2 points for Joe. Thompson up top, for Cousins. And DeMarcus throws it down to put the U.S. up by 8. More pressure defensively in the backcourt. Here's Wang. Nice footwork by Wang.
Nice. Yeah, he's put together.
Wang Julin, big bodies. Again, a second-round pick by Memphis. They like big bodies in Memphis. So who knows? Maybe he has a future there.
They have not bought into team shooting all these threes. We're going to beat you up down low.
Certainly has that kind of profile. Mentioned Yi Jianlian is not here with Team China, including Yi. They have 4 7-footers on this roster.
You know, we talked about Clay improving as a defender, and now you see him as a ball handler and passer, very comfortable getting it to DeMarcus Cousins. And that's what you can do. That's a hard play to defend because you got to step over to be able to contest a guy driving to the bucket, and somebody has to peel back. But if you throw a lob, it's hard for a defender to get back to DeMarcus Cousins.
Number 6, Guo Ai-Lun into the game for China. Here's Durant. Off the dribble. Step back. In, out, and stays out. Much to the dismay of his new fans here in Oakland.
They're looking for every shot to drop. And watch how they play pick and rolls, USA. They do a nice job of icing it down, and then the point guard has to get back. Well, this is where the big man, if you have some ability to be able to handle it off the pick and roll, you can hurt any team.
Guo and Wang work of the 2-man game here. Wang is well off on the jumper, running out of shot clock, and back comes the United States. Durant got ahead. China got back. Thompson will try the 3. It's off. Green kept it alive. Durant for 3 now.
Nice play by Draymond Green. That was a rebound and tried to get an assist out to Kevin Durant. Nice pressure by Klay Thompson.
It's a foul out on the perimeter. That'll be on Cousins. Great start for Kevin Durant. A strong welcome and stronger production from the four-time NBA scoring champ. It's 14-8 here, U.S. Want to hear from Coach K and the USA men's team after tonight's game? Tune in to NBA.com and the NBA app for live post-game press conferences following our NBA TV coverage. A lot of interested parties in the building here at Oracle Arena. See Kevin Durant's debut as a Warrior. It's a little weird because he's not really a Warrior tonight, but you know what I mean. Including Bob Myers, who I have to think has pretty much already locked up Executive of the Year 2017, right?
I'm with you, Matt.
And Andre Iguodala. The other executives probably have already conceded that. 14-8 here early on. Durant off to the great start with 10 of the 14 points. Glad you're with us here on NBA TV. That's a turnover on China.
You know, DeAndre Jordan is one of the best is coming over and blocking shots, but what he did right there is come over and get to the spot early and had the offensive player turn away the layup and then make a turnover and throw it away.
Thompson
Great job
remains
by
in the
DeAndre.
game. Sorry, Thompson remains in the game. Everybody else was subbed out, including Carmelo Anthony. There's Jordan for a quick two from Melo. Kyle Lowry and Paul George also on the floor for the United States, which leads it 16-8.
Oh, Lowry does a nice job of putting pressure in as point guards. Because of his strength, you can't push him off and get any room. And there's Carmelo Anthony. He got there late.
Nice look by Wong to set up Jai Xiaochuan.
USA foul, charge 15.
As you take a look at big old DeAndre Jordan.
He shoots all high percentage shots, man.
Yes, he does.
Substitution.
He absolutely does that.
USA basketball checking first time number 4.
First team All-NBA Jordan was this past season.
What's strange, though, Matt, was not an all-star.
That is
First
strange.
team All-NBA, but not an all-star.
He is the NBA's career leader in field goal percentage at the moment, 67%.
At the line, number 9.
Led the NBA in field goal percentage 4 straight years now because of shots like that one. Jai Xiaochuan at the line for China. 9 games with the senior team at the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship last summer. He averaged 8 points, 4 boards. Stephon Marbury's teammate with the Beijing Ducks. Former Chinese Basketball Association Rookie of the Year.
And just going back to DeAndre Jordan, the 35th pick in the 2008 draft. What a find.
Well, he was such a raw player coming out of Texas A&M. People didn't really know what he could become at the NBA level. And has never really been called on for post offense by the LA Clippers.
And, you know, he doesn't have a lot of footwork and those type of moves, but I would love to see him get a few more touches because, yes, going to the free throw line is something he doesn't do well, but he's not bad down there if you give him a few touches.
Here's Joe Chi with the ball. Hands it off to Guo. Guo with a crossover against Paul George. Handoff to Lee Mu Hao, and Lee is fouled.
China is doing a nice job against this pressure, being able to be under control, off these traps, being able to split it. And I know Coach K is not liking this, and then get into the lane and make the pass and draw these fouls.
Well, for teams facing this sort of perimeter pressure from the United States, it's what they're going to have to do is beat them off the dribble, create penetration, and do exactly what you just saw Team China do. Get it to another player to get him to the free throw line or an easy bucket.
And the point guards, and if you're running pick and roll, you said it best. You cannot give up your dribble. You got to find a way to be strong with the basketball, break down this defense, and try to get to that free throw line or kick out for some open threes.
Here's Paul George. He was the feel-good story of the game against Argentina on Friday night. His return from that awful leg injury. Jordan defended there, just threw it out of bounds. He says it was tipped.
Nice job by DeAndre Jordan, but not a chance. He threw that one away.
Miscommunication there. And Fourth U.S. turnover. China's turned it over just 3 times so far, which is a victory in and of itself against this kind of defense.
Well, they're moving the basketball and moving bodies, setting quick screens. Give them a lot of credit. So far, so good, and they're drawing fouls. 16-10. This is a victory for China so far.
Anthony Jordan calls out the foul, and that U.S. pressure has created the 3 turnovers, but has also sent China to the free throw line here so far.
USA foul, shot number 13, Paul George.
Paul George picks up the foul. His first.
I mean, they're doing a nice job, like you said, Matt, getting to that free throw line and being able to slow this pace down. And this is a team, if you start to look at the free throw attempts versus USA in this first quarter, China is a +3.
This will be the 9th free throw attempt for China, as Guo misses it. Now, getting to the free throw line is one thing, Smitty. Hitting the free throws is another. They're now 4 of 9 from the line.
They're struggling a little bit, but at least they're getting there. And they've left 5 points on the board, and if you hit a couple of these, you're a bucket away.
Now 50%, 5 of 10, as Guo makes it a 16-11 game. Lowry with a little pressure by Guo.
Guo's done a nice job on both ends, pressuring up the point guards and then handling pressure.
Lowry with a lob for Jordan. DeAndre Jordan.
That's a good pressure release.
It's a great weapon to have on that back line. Handoff to Guo, and it's going to be a foul on Lee Muhao.
Well, you see Kyle Lowry using his body to get in the paint, and as a defender, you got to keep your body on DeAndre Jordan, but it's hard. You saw Kyle Lowry had a step, so you come over. There won't be anybody on the backside that can help you when the ball goes up at that apex. DeAndre Jordan's the only guy who can get it on the floor.
Carmelo Anthony hands off to Paul George, off on the 3. Jordan kept it alive. It's a race which Lowry will win in the backcourt, and back he comes. Ahead to Jimmy Butler. Into the paint to George, but a foul before that pass. Out on the perimeter, it'll be called on Guo Ailun.
I like that by Guo. Reason why, there was an easy dunk coming. Got a chance to get the foul, and then USA have to take the basketball out. Smart play by Guo. A little antsy, the crowd here, only up 7 against China.
Substitution.
And
14 foul. Next one will be a bonus.
No rhythm, Matt, for USA right now. No rhythm to this game, even for China. But they are liking this, only down 7. They don't want this to be a fast-paced game up and down.
Hanging around here early on. Jordan to Melo. A big Lee Muhao in front of him. No chance for Lee.
You said it best.
One of the great scorers in international history. Had him exactly where he wanted him.
And in international play, he doesn't take a lot of dribbles. He doesn't have the basketball in his hand. Few dribbles, and he creates space and is up.
Guo's done a nice job handling the ball. Spin into the paint. Another good setup, but it's blocked by Jordan, as Zuyu Chen couldn't get it over the big fella.
Watch this, Matt. Here is Carmelo with the ability with his handle. As you come up, you got to stay up because he can knock down a 3. But he gets you off balance. He's going one way and then back, and there's no way he can recover. That's quick release, and Carmelo buries that one.
Just unfair for Lee Muhao at 7 feet 2 inches and 254 pounds, trying to stay in front of Carmelo Anthony. Kyle Lowry to the free throw line.
You know, back in 2012, he had 37 points in 14 minutes and some change, Matt. Usually a point a minute is exceptional, but you're talking about close to 3 points. I mean, it's unreal how he can score the basketball in international play and so efficient.
That was a U.S. Olympic record 37 against that game, or in that game against Nigeria, which was also an Olympic record for the most lopsided result ever. The United States won that game by 83. They'll play Nigeria on the last leg of this exhibition tour coming up in Houston in a few days.
A little pressure by the United States. Trying to speed up this China team.
Lowry in front of Guo. Looking to give it to somebody.
Guo has done a nice job of penetrating, getting to the rim.
Tried to get it through traffic, picked up by Melo. George to Lowry. Wing three is good. Kyle Lowry is on the board. And the U.S. leads it by 14.
Starting to pull away right now so far. Leighton.
Another turnover by China, and the U.S. has a chance to add to what is already a 9-0 run here to expand their lead to 25-11.
China.
The U.S. will have it back with 1:07 to go and already in cruise control early on here at Oracle. Oh, it was, you're right. Scored first 10. The United States Olympic Committee has selected Los Angeles as the U.S. bid city to bring the Olympic and Paralympic Games back to the U.S. in 2024. Let's give our Team USA athletes an Olympic home field advantage in 2024. Learn more and show your support at la24.org. Matt Weiner, Steve Smith here in Oakland, California. The U.S. second exhibition game against China, third overall. And if you're just with us, Kevin Durant got a rousing ovation in his first game as a Warrior here on his new home floor, then proceeded to score the United States' first 10 points of this game.
Yeah, some excitement right off the bat. The first shot, he knocked down a three, got a steal and a dunk. Then they got 3 free throws. He came out and did his work early, and these Warriors fans were extremely happy. You saw people slapping hands, smiling, saying they can't wait to the regular season.
Jimmy Butler looking for his first points of the night. First foul for Zhou Yu Chen. Butler's first experience as a U.S. player. Was part of the select team 2 years ago, but couldn't play because of injury. Knocks down a couple of free throws here, and it's an 11-0 run. China has gone 5.5 minutes now without a bucket, Smitty.
Now this full court pressure is really bothering them.
Guo handles it. And there you go. The drought is over. Zhou Peng.
Well, I think you're USA. You got to keep the basketball out of Guo's hand. He's the only guy that's breaking this pressure.
Melo tries to answer. Butler there for the cleanup.
What a play by Jimmy Butler. Great timing. Carmelo with a nice high percentage shot, and you can see the bench loving this because he came out of nowhere. And I think the foul was committed on DeAndre Jordan, but they counted the basket.
Talk about your U.S. air support. Butler comes flying in to finish off the Melo miss.
Everybody's watching. He draws two, Carmelo Anthony. You leave Jimmy Butler open. Great finish by him.
Bucket will count, but the foul, as Smitty pointed out, was not committed against Butler, so it's DeAndre Jordan to the free throw line for 2. Chance at a very unconventional 4-point play here, although Jordan misses the first. His free throw struggles have been well chronicled. One of the targets of the academic in the NBA.
One of the
it works
best
out in the U.S.'s favor because they get the offensive board here.
If you watch Carmelo Anthony, he's one of the best in international play and in the NBA. It's hard to box him out. He has some quick moves to be able to save that basketball and that possession for USA.
The Americans couldn't do anything with that second possession either, and foul as China tries to bring it back up the floor.
DeAndre Jordan, first personal.
Jordan's first personal foul. And China goes back to the free throw line.
Number 6.
They are 5 of 10, as we pointed out a moment ago. It's Guo to the free throw line. He's a veteran of the 2012 Olympics and scored a game-high 19 points in the FIBA Asia Championship against the Philippines last October. That's what qualified China for the Olympics here in 2016.
I like him. He's gutsy. I love his presence defensively, and then offensively, he's the one guy that's handling this pressure by USA. And he's not only handling it, he's being able to break it and get into the paint. Don't look like it looks like he's about to play this entire game, man.
I was going to say,
he's got to go.
Not coming out anytime soon. Certainly not in this quarter with 14 seconds left to go. Lowry has Guo all over him. 10 seconds now. Has the pick from Melo. They switch. Back to Melo. And Guo grabbed him before he could make his move. So the foul will go against Guo. And Melo will get the free throws.
Well, he's going up against Carmelo. He's done a nice job. He tried to get underneath, but Carmelo did the right thing. Is when a little guy get under you, you just take the basketball, you go over his arm and drive it and draw the foul.
Big hand for Draymond Green as he enters the game for Jordan. And Anthony at the free throw line. Carmelo Anthony, the first man ever selected to 4 Olympic basketball teams in the United States. Already a 2-time Olympic gold medal winner. Part of that bronze medal team in '04.
You just salute him. I mean, this is 4 Olympics. And Jerry Colangelo calls Carmelo Anthony, immediately says yes. So I take my hat off to him, giving up his summers, but he looks at it as, hey, I get a chance to play for my country, get a chance to be around these guys. This is a salute to him, playing over and over and over.
Over the course of his career at different levels, international levels, he's played for 12 U.S. teams, 72 international games. If this were soccer, we'd say caps. He scored 1,100 points. He's already set a bunch of U.S. Olympic records. Guo here at the buzzer, it's off. And the U.S. ends the quarter on a 15-4 run. China's hanging tough, but a lot to contend with on the other side. The United States takes a 16-point lead into the second quarter on Kevin Durant's night here in Oakland. Of the Western Conference Finals. He scored 27 that night, but the Warriors completed a 3-1 comeback and defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder, sending Durant into his summer of free agency and ultimately back here to Oakland, where he will launch the second phase of his NBA career. Back here at Oracle, second quarter, USA and China. Let's send it over to Jared Greenberg.
Well, Matt, obviously the goal here in these exhibition games for Coach K is to win. He also wants to win the respect of the opponent. So he points out to us that it means no disrespect when you see his team playing full-court basketball. Another part of his goals here is to get in shape by Rio. A lot of that, he feels, is by trapping, playing full court. Teams are accustomed in the NBA to picking up guys, he says, a lot lower on the court than Coach K wants to play in international competition. So by no means, he pointed out to us, is he trying to rub it into the opponent's face when they're up by a large margin. He's just trying to get his team ready for the Olympics.
Great job of reporting, Jared, and for fans to understand, and people will say, why would you press and keep pressing it on? Like you said, Coach K is understanding the big picture. He wants these guys to get in shape, want to be able to handle the basketball, and he'll get your team in a better flow, especially defensively. You got to pay attention to the details, and you got to get up. And yes, you're going to get beat, and that's where you get a chance to work on your help and recover, and the communication has to be there.
Well, and opposing coaches know what's happening out here as well. Everybody's working on different things from both sides, regardless of the results of these games. And for Team China and head coach Gong Luming, they're working on stuff too. They've got to go to the Olympics in Rio and face the United States in their opener, a game they're frankly not likely to win, Smitty, but they're working on the other opponents.
Yeah.
They want to make it into beyond pool play, into the medal rounds, and playing the United States 3 times before those other opponents can't do anything but help their cause.
I'm totally with you, Matt. You talk about this team, they're trying to come out and medal. I mean, for this China team, like you said, to play the U.S. team 3 times, 2 in exhibition, they're getting a great workout. There's going to be nobody like this that they get a chance to face, and they're doing a good job. I can see them having some success in Rio.
Got lots of size. Guo has done a nice job at the point guard spot tonight for China. Harrison Barnes into the game, as well as DeMar DeRozan for the first time tonight. Barnes got a nice reception as that falls somehow for Ding Yanyuhong.
Ding got that one to go.
Not sure how that got in there.
He closed his eyes.
Mello from the corner, a little long on the 3-pointer. Harrison Barnes, I was about to say, got a nice reception from the Warriors fans here. And of course, they would have been happy for him to stay if not for the Durant acquisition. He would have stayed here in Golden State more than likely. Instead, landed in Dallas on a $94 million deal.
And rightfully so. I mean, he had a great start to his career here, done some fantastic things, and now he gets a chance to move on. No hard feelings. And you're bringing in a Kevin Durant, but he also gets a chance now to go to Dallas and maybe be the second or third option, and a chance when Dirk is over to maybe move into the first option. And he shall see it. And he also got a few dollars to go with him, so he's okay, man.
He's got a few. He's okay.
Yeah, he's okay.
Doing okay. Zhao Ji-wei fouled by Kyrie Irving out front. Zhao's got to tie up the laces and got to clean up that floor before we move on. First team foul for the United States here in the second quarter. And again, they lead 31-17. Zhao back with it for China. This is Li Gen with the Rosen on. Gen on the pull-up. Beat the shot clock buzzer, couldn't quite get it to fall. Back comes Carmelo Anthony.
And this is the versatility. If you see this lineup, 5 guys that can handle the basketball. Draymond Green playing the 5. A couple of easy shots USA have missed. But this lineup can definitely switch everything, but get it off the glass and get some easy looks. Because 5 guys can push it.
We've been talking about how versatile they are defensively and how everybody can guard every other opponent, but offensively you got a whole bunch of ball handlers out there. Wang trying to pull his way through Draymond Green, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Team China with 1.7 left on the shot clock. Kevin Durant returns for the United States along with DeMarcus Cousins. If you just joined us, Durant scored the game's first 10 points for the United States after a raucous ovation for his introduction here at his new home in the NBA. Desperation shot there is off by Ding, and back come the red, white, and blue. Durant with the ball in his hands. Turns it over. Back comes China. Ding stripped. And a foul by Gen. Li Gen. As the U.S. had numbers.
Li Gen is the guy that said, hey, I'm the big enforcer for China right now.
First team foul.
Second foul for Li. He only goes 6'5", so by basketball standards, as enforcers go, especially on that roster.
He's the most physical guy on that roster, though.
Barnes with the big finish.
Good job by Harrison Barnes cutting, but DeMarcus Cousins sealed off his defender and gave Harrison Barnes an easy lane to dunk the basketball.
Big way to start the night offensively for the former Warrior, Harrison Barnes. Four seconds on the shot clock for Zhao. He's got Durant on him. Went for the strip and was called. This is something has been officiated a little differently tonight, as the United States, which has been getting so many steals via those strips and reaches, is getting called for a lot of those tonight.
They are, and as we see the replay of Kevin Durant being able to give the basketball to Harrison Barnes, watch DeMarcus Cousins seal out his defender and give an easy lane to Harrison Barnes. But like you said, on these plays, a lot of touchy fouls is being called, and I think for USA, they just got to play solid defense and make them shoot over the top versus reaching and going for steals.
Second team foul for the United States. Here's Zhou Qi. Rushed the jumper a little bit off the back rim. DeRozan to the baseline. China's did a nice job getting back that time. And comes back out to Kyrie Irving. Down to Cousins. Back to Kyrie. Cousins wants to repost. Turns over the shoulder. Beautifully done. DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, I love that. We talk about picking pop 5s and shooting 3s, but if you can get a guy with that type of post moves and that touch, I mean, that was good defense, and he made it look so easy to be able to spin off his guy, go to his left hand, and lay it up.
Cousins' second bucket. And defends Wang on the other end.
They're not giving up easy layups. They're going to foul you.
Another turnover for China.
First personal, second team foul.
And the foul will go for Wang Zhulin. Steph Curry back from his golfing exploits at Lake Tahoe. Just a few hours from here. Back in the house.
He's getting a chance to look at Durant play here in Oracle.
Cheer on his teammates here. He expressed regret about not being able to play for this USA team, but after injuring his knee during the playoffs, felt it would be better to rehab, rest that a little bit, and concentrate on his pro responsibilities here at Golden State. and work on the golf game.
Not bad.
Dad beat him
He did.
in Lake Tahoe.
Dad finished Dale.
Durant with a crossover in the paint. Kind of lost it on his way up, was looking for a foul, didn't get it. China in transition off on the jumper. That's a push off down low on the offensive board by number 9.
It looked like 2 guys push Harrison Barnes.
Jai Siu-Chuan. Second personal foul for Jai. And that was an easy one for the officials down low as he pushed off. U.S. up 18. Kyrie Irving brings it up.
If you're USA, you have a guy like DeMarcus Cousins, just get him the basketball. They're going to have to double. I think right now, yes, you're going to run through your offense, but you got to recognize he has a mismatch right now.
Kyrie on the step back.
There he is.
Cousins on the offensive board and one. DeMarcus Cousins wreaking havoc in the paint once again.
He's so good and being able to carve out space and his time and being able to get in position where the ball comes off and you can't move him once he gets inside. And great touch by DeMarcus Cousins. People forget he averaged 26.5 and 11 and some change rebounds. And there's that guy rebounding the basketball with that soft touch.
The U.S. continues to press the physical advantage inside and out. Cousins will try to complete the three-point play when we come back from over. No stat monitor still either. Back in Oakland, California, Matt Weiner, Steve Smith, glad you're with us here on NBA TV for the U.S. men's national team's third exhibition game of 5. Second contest against China. U.S. leads it here 37-17 with Marcus Cousins trying to complete a three-point play. Smitty, the U.S. has missed 12 shots. On 7 of those 12 misses, they've gotten the offensive rebound.
Well, they have 2 guys in DeMarcus Cousins and DeAndre Jordan that can carve out space. And we talked about it, averaging 11.5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 27 points. He is just a treat to watch play at that center spot. Still old school, can play down the paint, but he shot more threes this year as well. And there's another foul from Team USA by Kevin Durant.
Guo Ailun set up Zhou Qi, who was fouled by Durant. Second foul for Kevin Durant. A nice little play call out of the timeout for China. They work the offense between Guo and Zhou.
You know what I'm loving about this game, Matt? Getting a chance to see Coach Thibodeau coach again and looking forward to watching in Minnesota. His facial expressions on that play. Coach K is calm, cool. Tom Thibodeau. Right now he's not. He looked at the refs. He's scowling. He's back into his mode and looking forward to watch what he can do in Minnesota. They have some talent, some young talent. They have some unbelievable talent and young guys. Hopefully Tom Thibodeau can get them to the next level.
The last 2 rookies of the year, of course, with Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. And a lot of folks watched Chris Dunn up close at the Vegas Summer League and felt like it wouldn't be a stretch for Minnesota to have 3 straight Rookie of the Years. He was that impressive physically in Las Vegas. DeRozan off on the 3, kept alive by Barnes, who puts it home for the United States. And again, more second chance points, another offensive rebound for the U.S.
And you know, Harrison Barnes, the same type of role that he had with the Warriors. They won't run a lot of plays for him, but he can come up with some offensive rebounds and defensively put some pressure on some guys. And he can score in bunches without plays. And you can see Klay Thompson coming in right now. And I love the way Harrison Barnes can be effective without having plays called for him.
That's a travel on the U.S.
Look at Harrison Barnes. He's sneaking in and then he comes right back and gets the rebound. Nice play by Harrison.
Heard the round of applause. That was for Klay Thompson's re-entry into the game. Okay, we had Tom Thibodeau as part of another edition of Coach's Open Court a couple of weeks ago in Las Vegas. As Zhou Qi will try the 3, it's short. And was giving Tibbs a hard time as Cuz goes crashing in. He's fouled on the dunk attempt. giving Tibbs a hard time about the his voice quality, which was excellent in July. I said we'd check back in about November and see how he sounds then. Hey, the USAB Basketball Showcase presented by Verizon features the USA Basketball men's and women's national teams as they take on top competition in preparation for this summer's historic international competition. Tickets for games across the country are on sale right now. Visit usab.com/showcase for schedules and ticket information.
Isn't it amazing what the women are able to do, Matt? In the middle of their season, come in and train for Rio, go to the Olympics, and be able to keep the beat going on and favored to win another gold medal. That's just, you take your hat off to them to be able to stop and be able to change gears and get into Olympic mode.
The only advantage, I suppose, would be from a conditioning point of view, that they're already playing, where guys like Cousins, for instance, Carmelo Anthony, haven't played since April because their teams didn't qualify for the NBA playoffs. Cousins now has 7 of those here in the second quarter. Guo has it out front to Wong, puts it on the floor. Off the back rim. Smitty, you see it so often with U.S. opponents, they just look rushed.
What they do?
Get all that pressure on the perimeter, all those switches, all the active hands, and suddenly when they get the ball in an open shot, it's just a little faster than they might want it.
It's just so hard, like you said, because of the switches, and then also the pressure they're putting on. I think you have to have 2 point guards out there at the same time for some of these teams that don't have wing guys that can handle the basketball and create their own plays and their own shots.
It's interesting because China started just 1 guard here tonight and 2 centers. Guo in transition and rattles home the 3-pointer.
I like Guo.
Guo Ailung knocks it down. That's 5 for Guo. Cuz out of the post with Wong on him. Spins back over that right shoulder, goes to the opposite side. And Cuz is having a productive second quarter here as he heads back to the free throw line. Marcus Cousins won gold with the World Cup team 2 years ago in Spain. Came off the bench in all 9 games. Just under 10 points, just under 6 boards a game, and shot 70%. Now a 2-time NBA All-Star, All-NBA second team member a season ago and this past season. He's already spent 6 years now with the Sacramento Kings.
6 years. And I think for him is you would love to see DeMarcus Cousins someday get close enough to be able to showcase those skill set in the playoffs.
Yep. Well, and the Kings have needed and maybe have found some continuity with the hiring of Dave Yeager after all the merry-go-round of coaches they've had here for the last 9-10 years now. That's a block by Paul George.
And like
Great
you
job
said,
sticking with it.
6 years for him, and I think he's been through 5 coaches. And that's a lot. And there's Vlade Divac.
And Vivek Ranadive, the Kings owner, both checking out Cuz in person here in Northern California, not far away from Sacramento, just a couple hours. George in the open floor has got Wong ahead of him and Thompson behind him. Clay tried to get it to Butler through his fingertips. And back out to Clay. Cuz.
Good pass.
And George finishes the play with the corner 3. Great ball movement by Team USA.
And Klay Thompson's used to this guard. A lot of the point guards, his position is 2 guard. He just guards whoever the best player is. And he's done a fantastic job to be able to still score the basketball and shoot threes.
Guo showed off the handles, gave it back to Wong. Out to Guo. He's already knocked down a 3 from there once. That one will not fall. And Durant is fouled on the offensive rebound. The U.S. now up by 24 here late in the second quarter. Maybe not exactly how they drew it up, but it all adds up to another 3 for the United States. Let's take a look at our keys to success presented by Jeep. And what a run it has been for Mike Krzyzewski and managing director Jerry Colangelo since he took over in 2005. You see the results, just a single blemish on the U.S. record in all that time. And that loss was back in the World Championship in 2006. Mike Krzyzewski's first year at the helm in this current run. Since then, pretty great.
Yeah, both those guys have just changed this program, and they talked about being a program. Now they have a pool of guys, a select team, and you have some guys like Draymond Green off the select team. You have Plumlee, last time they played, come off and get a chance to play. So they have a pool of guys, and it's a lot of guys, and they're doing a fantastic job. And then the coaching style of Coach K is just perfect for this team. He talks and preaches communication, defense, and guys getting to know each other and like each other and playing their game. And not being selfish, being unselfish to a point where you still got to come out and be who you are.
Zhou Yuchen with the bucket for China off the feed from Guo Ailun. George with a quick answer from three. And Paul George is heating up here all of a sudden. Mike Krzyzewski is 52-1 in FIBA competitions as the U.S. senior national coach. He's on a 35-game win streak. And so far, so good here in the exhibition phase of the season. Still got the real games to come, starting with this China team in Rio. Foul, I believe, will go on Cousins. Second personal foul for Cuz.
And I'm sure Coach K, you can see Tom Thibodeau barking out defensive assignments. Can't be happy with all the reaching that Team USA is doing. Just stay in front, but guys are used to reaching, and you think you have a chance, but be disciplined and just to stay in front of guys.
When you have to read the officials as well, and we saw a lot of reaching against Argentina that was not called, and a lot of it is being called here tonight. China's going to take a timeout here before what could be their final possession of the first half. They trail by 25. The U.S. enjoys its biggest lead of the night, 25 for Mike Krzyzewski, whose staff includes assistant coach Monty Williams. Great to have him back with the program and back coaching again. By now you recall the horrific story of his wife Ingrid's death in February, the victim of a head-on collision in Oklahoma City. U.S. staff's really glad to have him back with them. Good to see him out coaching again, former head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans.
It was just fantastic, like you said, to see him getting a chance to be back with his basketball family. Won't coach this year in the NBA, but he does a fantastic job of player development, working with these guys. Just loves being around the game, and he does a nice job, and he's just a quality human being, one of the best that you've ever been around.
Good NBA player before his coaching days, spent 9 years in the league. Guo Ailun back to the free throw line for Team China. Second foul on Paul George. 35 seconds to go here. The U.S. leads at 49-24. U.S. shooting 50% from the field, and what they haven't missed half the time they've gotten the offensive rebound anyway. George to Durant. Quick trigger in transition. And nothing but net. Ooh. Kevin Durant now with 13.
You see how deep that was?
Yes. First bucket since the opening moments when he got off to that torrid start. Final possession here for China. Guo
does a nice job.
Rejected by Cousins. Zhou Yuchen ran into Cuz. Tried to go behind his back to Thompson, ran out of time before he could get it down to Jimmy Butler. But the United States with a 28-point halftime lead, their biggest of the night so far. Kevin Durant was as scripted early on, scoring the U.S.'s first 10 points, and it's all good for the red, white, and blue. Jared Greenberg comes your way at the half. You're watching USA Basketball presented by Nike. USA men's team versus China. It's the United States leading 52-24 at the half. A little bit of a Warriors reunion as they welcome the newest member of the franchise, Kevin Durant. Back at Oracle Arena, Matt Weiner, Steve Smith. Great to have you with us here on NBA TV as the United States continues its exhibition season. And for Kevin Durant, it really was as good a start as he could possibly hope for, scoring the United States' first 10 points in his first game in this building as a member of the Warriors.
And that's impressive. I know it's a little nervousness for him, but he got a chance to get over those jitters very quick. As you can see, a couple three-pointers, he got a steal. He got a chance to get to the free throw line 3 for 3. He had 13 points 22 rebounds in only 12 minutes, man.
Your game summary presented by Samsung. The United States shot better than 51% for that first half and held China under 30%. China, in fact, was just 3 of 15 in the second quarter. No surprise, big advantages on the boards and second chance points as well, where the U.S. has blanked China 12-0 so far. And this figures to be a huge advantage against virtually every opponent they face in the exhibition season and on the Olympics.
Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, the rebounding right there, 24-9, 12-0 second chance points. That's where it's coming down for them to get a lead. Even though with this lead, they don't look as fluent and the flow is not there yet. Too many fouls for them, and that free throw line, China is hanging around.
As has been his habit so far in these exhibition games, Mike Krzyzewski changes up his lineup for the second half, and Kevin Durant will not start. Harrison Barnes is in the starting lineup once again. He's been doing that in third quarters here so far. Carmelo Anthony, before inbounding, had to go over and stop off and say hi to Andre Iguodala and Steph Curry. A few seconds delay for him to offer his greetings here on the Warriors' home floor. Back underway third quarter on NBA TV, and Carmelo Anthony with a deep two to get us started.
His first step is so quick, so if he catches around the elbow, you can see defenders giving him a little bit of room, and he's so good at knocking down that mid-range shot without even taking a dribble, just squaring up and creating space because of his first step.
Zhao Ji-Wei with the point guard responsibilities once again to start the third quarter. That's a turnover by Wong. DeMar DeRozan with a transition finish for the U.S. First points of the night for DeMar DeRozan, who was 0 of 1 in the first half. Sui Ron with the ball. Down to Joe Chi, goes baseline. And the shot is up and in for Joe Pung, excuse me.
Good penetration.
Anthony for three. And Melo comes out feeling it here in the third quarter.
That's impressive. I mean, he's taking one dribble and he has 5 points. He doesn't waste any time. I mean, he scores so easy.
Only took 3 shots in the first half, knocked down one of them for 4 points with a couple of free throws thrown in. Wong showed off some good footwork in that first half. Tried to bull his way through Jordan.
You can see right here, good job by DeRozan with the deflection. He's coming down, and you can see the defender goes straight to DeAndre Jordan to box him out and give an easy layup to DeMar DeRozan. And there's Carmelo Anthony just stepping into a three in nice rhythm and knocking it down.
Already played 5 years with the New York Knicks, the 9-time All-Star. So comfortable in red, white, and blue. Free throws were a story of that first half as well. China did a good job of getting to the free throw line.
They met a real buzz for the New York Knicks and Carmelo Anthony. I know he has to be exciting. You have Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah. And that's going to be pretty good.
It's interesting, Derrick Rose's comments, last week, talking about how some people have included them in the super team category, along with the likes of the Golden State Warriors. I don't know who exactly he's speaking of.
They're not there yet, but they do have some guys that can flat out play. And Melo, Joakim Noah, and Derrick Rose, and Porzingis. So it's looking good for them, but not in that category yet, D-Rose.
There yet, maybe, no. Making the playoffs maybe is a good first step, and then talk about super team. DeRozan handling this time for the United States. Into the paint, went high over the backboard. Jose Carrion says it was tipped, and will stay with the United States with 13 seconds on the shot clock. DeMar DeRozan 13 points against China on Sunday. Another gold medal winner with the World Cup team 2 years ago in Spain. 2 Olympians from 2012, 4 gold medal winners from the World Cup team 2 years ago on this roster. That's half the 12 who have won gold at one of those 2 levels. DeAndre Jordan making a mockery of the rim.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry doing a nice job of just throwing it up. That's not a play, and DeAndre Jordan catching it and finishing with a dunk. I'm looking for them to get a little bit more discipline defensively. I think for right now, there's a lot of gambling going on.
DeRozan from Lowry bumped. Heard the whistle. That bucket will not count for Jordan. DeRozan was fouled on the floor. Stays with the United States. Sweeron's first personal foul. Swee wears number 5, but didn't see him in the first half. He's been handling the ball here early in the third quarter. Side out for the United States. If you're not familiar with the FIBA rules, the 5th foul triggers the bonus in a quarter. DeRozan mishandled. Anthony likes that spot a lot.
He's having himself a nice quarter. Filling it up from three-point range.
8 points now quickly in the third quarter for Carmelo Anthony. He likes a lot of spots, by the way,
he
but that
does.
one in particular tonight.
On that wing, no wasted movement. Just looking forward to watching him this NBA season with a Derrick Rose, a guy who can take the pressure off of him. And then you have a Joakim Noah, a leader and a guy can anchor that defense for them. And Porzingis with another year under his belt.
And Melo's not shying away from the expectations. He said, quote, "Our time is now." And getting to the point in his NBA career at 32 where he needs to start thinking about not only making the playoffs again, but making some noise in the playoffs again. Zhou Qi with the three-pointer for China.
You know, Zhou Qi, if you watch him, man, you said it, he's a 43rd overall pick by the Rockets. He has a 7'7" wingspan.
Another bucket for Melo now. That's 10 quickly here in the third quarter in 3 minutes time. There's Qi, 7 feet 1 inch tall. Great look. Joe sets up Zhao Jiwei. First bucket for Zhao. Nice look from Zhou Qi there. I mentioned 7'1", but just 210 pounds.
But look, his long arms. A couple more years for him to, fill into his body. You can see the potential there, and able to stretch the floor, knock down the threes, but he's gonna have problems. Just like watching him this free throw line, boxing out a guy like DeAndre Jordan. That's where their weight and the girth of DeAndre Jordan. On this next play, you'll get a chance to see how well he can do against some NBA centers.
He is just 20 years of age. Some of that weight will come.
Some people say he's 22.
Some people have suggested he might be older than his
22,
listed age.
24. So
We are told he's 20 years of age. Led the Chinese Basketball Association in shot blocking each of the last 2 seasons.
right there on that play, he wasn't able to block out DeAndre Jordan at all.
A lot of folks had trouble blocking out DeAndre Jordan.
Second personal, fourth team foul.
Joe averaged better than 3 blocks a game last season in the CBA.
For 9, Zhang Shuachuang.
Playing for the Xinjiang Guanghe Flying Tigers.
Man, I'm gonna ask you to say it again. What was that team? I didn't hear you.
Xinjiang Guanghe Flying Tigers.
Okay. The Flying Tigers, I like that.
There's also Flying Leopards in the CBA. Barnes. Good for 3. Harrison Barnes now with 7 on the night.
Good job by DeMar DeRozan, playing a point guard position defensively.
And DeRozan, there's one of the gambles you were talking about defensively, and he gets called for the foul.
USA foul charge. To number 9, DeMar DeRozan.
They will be aggressive, and obviously with their depth, foul trouble for the most part shouldn't be a concern for Team USA.
They'll be fine. Man, I just want to go back. I remember in 2000 we played China. They had Ming Bictier. Do you remember him? Mm-hmm. They had Wang Zhuzhu and Yao Ming. That front line was incredible. I remember getting switched out on Yao Ming and saying, what in the world? He was massive, and what an impact he had on NBA basketball.
13 now for Carmelo Anthony in the third quarter. That was kind of the heyday for Chinese international basketball. That's 3 of the 5 Chinese players who played in the NBA. 17 now for Melo, and as I mentioned, 13 here in the third quarter. Jordan ranges over to swat that away. Stays with China. Joe faked a 3. Nice touch by Joe as he laid it home. Good mobility for the big man.
Very nice job by him. Very fluid for his size. Let's watch him defensively against Carmelo right now.
Joe ran into Jordan there. Melo with another bucket, another three. 16 in the third quarter. Melo on a bucket binge here at Oracle.
Yes, indeed. He's going to get it. We got some rhythm to this game right now, and it's all because of Carmelo Anthony.
Zhao Ji-Wei maybe overhanded there against that U.S. pressure, and it's a turnover for China. 20 points now for Carmelo Anthony. 16 here in the third quarter on 6 of 7 shooting.
He said, I didn't want to pick DeAndre Jordan. Let me rise up, knocking it down. You can see the smile and the comfort level for him. He can score. One more time. There it is, Matt. That's another three.
This is all from the third quarter. Time to take a look at tonight's play of the game presented by Kaiser Permanente, but to be fair, it's really plays all off the fingertips of Carmelo Anthony, who's gone off here in the third quarter.
And you can see the ability for him to be able to score in bunches in so many different areas. You said it. Driving the basketball, being able to pull up. We know he can post up and get to the rim. But when he has his three ball going, there's nothing you can do. Because if you close out, he's going around you. And you can't stop him from getting in the paint with his big body and his control. But this is easy for him. That three-point line for him in international play. He's knocking this one down.
Clearly nobody told Melo that this is Kevin Durant's night here at Oracle.
Kevin Durant's not in right now. A little pressure right now, and this is the difference for him. You can see he'll come off. A little double team. Beautiful
second
pass.
defender, but a great look to Cousins for the easy two, and exactly what you want your scorer on the floor to do. Respond to the double team and find the open man.
I mean, he has music in his ears right now. He's dancing to his own beat. Carmelo is in perfect rhythm.
Lowe gets it back. Wong down low, rejected by Cuz. Back comes Kyrie Irving. Out to Melo. Thompson puts it on the floor to Cousins, another easy two, and DeMarcus Cousins is loving the playmakers out on the floor with him right now.
Just great flow, and you can see the attention now to Carmelo, and it'll open up for so many different guys. Klay Thompson driving it. No one's leaving Carmelo, so now you're playing basically 4 against 3.
14 points now for Cousins on 5 of 5 shooting as Guo puts it on the deck. Down low, the assist to Guo. Zhou Yu Chen with the bucket. But the lead remains 44 for the United States. Butler tried to get it down low to Cuz, and he was being held by Zhou Yu Chen. The Cousins will pick up the foul, trying to plead his case. He had position down low. A bit of a clinch with Zhou. What did you find to be the significant differences in terms of officiating, or even the adjustments you had to make as an Olympian to the rules changes?
First is traveling. I mean, that's the one thing is they call a lot of traveling, and a lot of times it's USA basketball players have to be honest. You know, you catch it and it's like a 1, 2, and 3, and they call it, and usually they don't call that in the NBA games.
Are you saying they get away with that at the NBA level?
Yes. And then, I would think for me was also the goaltending situation was definitely hard. And then understanding you're not able to call timeout. There's a lot of those little things that just doesn't come natural.
Only the coaches are allowed to call timeout,
Yes.
the FIBA level.
I like this new rule that we have where the shot clock goes back to 14 on an offensive rebound. And there's Cousins. Might have got all ball on that one.
Pretty good hands by DeMarcus Cousins. Back it goes to China. 3 off the front rim by Jai. And back comes Carmelo Anthony.
A little pressure.
Now, I know what a litigator you were with NBA officials as Melo leaves a man in his wake. Oh, wouldn't go for him. Thompson. And a potential third bite at the apple here. Back in Melo's hands. Against Zhou Chen, over Zhou, and off. Melo has it again, and it's a foul. No, out of bounds. Call is out of bounds on Carmelo Anthony. Crowd really wanted that initial shot to go after.
Watch, there's a little bit of crossover and we got a little help by Cousins on the replay.
I was about to say, I know what a litigator you were with NBA officials. Did you find
I had no chance in the
Did you find it more difficult at the international level with the language barrier?
It wasn't even language. They just kind of look at you. They didn't engage in a lot of communication, so you couldn't get away with anything. You couldn't talk them to anything.
That had to be quite a disappointment for you.
It was.
So an illegal screen out front on China.
Offensive foul, charge to number 31, Wang Zhou, third personal.
Second foul on Wang. There's Tim Hardaway.
Zhulin.
Ooh, and getting a chance to get that goal.
Hey, we're back in 2000.
That's a nice little layup.
We're assuming that counted, that went in.
Yeah, it went in.
Irving, hesitation to the reverse. Cuz couldn't finish it up. Guo in the open floor shows off a little floater.
Me and Bob Myers were talking at halftime. We both said, I like this young fella in Guo.
Guo Ailun has really been the highlight of Team China tonight. Cousins, another easy two. Cousins is now 6 of 7 from the field with 16 points.
I think they can do that a little bit more often. He's going to get position. You either got to play behind him, or if you overplay, you have no chance of recovering.
Guo out front with Durant on him. This is what happens to so many point guards against the U.S. They wind up with a guy 6'9", 6'10" in front of them. Wang knocks down the jumper for China. 6 points now for Wang Zhulin.
You can see DeMarcus Cousins drawing another foul and just posting up. And watching this USA team, I think for them is to get a better flow of some guys moving without the basketball, and Kyrie Irving as a point guard and Kyle Lowry just being more of a guys that's putting guys in their place, pushing the basketball, and being a little bit more of a communicators. You have a lot of scores, but those guys got to take over and put guys in their place. And I'm nitpicking, yes. They're up close to 50.
Well, we noticed it in the first half. There are possessions where it seems like they're trying too hard to move the ball, and other possessions where it seems like it doesn't move enough, and there is a feeling out process. And we've discussed before, there aren't a ton of natural playmakers on this roster. There's no Chris Paul here. There's no LeBron James here, for instance. There's plenty of talent. That's for sure.
Yes. You sub Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant comes in.
Whoa. Little handle there, short on the three. Reaction from the crowd here. They enjoyed that. Kevin Durant on the other end, high post to Cousins, looking to go back door to Kyrie Irving, and a miscommunication there.
DeMarcus Cousins
just said you were wide open.
And Kyrie says bad pass. He said you're wide open. So much switching. Good job in this. This is the one guy that can at least penetrate the defense.
He's done a good job all night of breaking folks down with the dribble. Shot off by Zhai. Cousins with the rebound, back to Durant. Final seconds of the third quarter here. Cousins to the rim, up and no good, but he'll get the foul.
A nice pass by Kevin Durant, where the show shot. Beautiful roll by DeMarcus Cousins, and that was a beautiful bounce pass right on the money, right on target.
Charge to number 9.
Cousins is sitting on 18 points at the moment, and a chance to tie up Carmelo Anthony for the team lead here tonight. He is 6 of 9 from the free throw line at the moment.
What's the free throw situation?
The U.S. has now hit 15 of 23, 65%. Chinese 8 of 18 from the free throw line, just 44%. Cuz gets 1 of 2, and China will run out the clock and head to the fourth quarter. Down by 45. It was Carmelo's quarter. Anthony, 16 of his 20 here in the third as the U.S. expands the lead, 84-39 with 10 more minutes to go here at Oracle. Carmelo Anthony had a 16-point scoring spree in the third quarter, a day after he led a Leadership Together forum at a Boys and Girls Club in Los Angeles. It included 80 or so teenagers, members of both the USA men's and women's Olympic teams, community leaders, and police to address the relationship between police and young men of color in response to recent tragedies involving police officers. Earlier this month, he went to Instagram and spoke about black men dying by police shootings and, quote, demanded change. Carmelo Anthony, very active on this particular social issue.
And you got to love it, using his platform and his stage and his voice.
Back here at Oracle Arena, it's the United States up by 47. Second meeting with China in 3 days, the team they will face, and their opening game at the Rio Olympics. Klay Thompson tried to tap it to himself. Instead, it comes back the other way. And we have a clock issue. Jose Carrion will sort out with the scorekeeper.
Recognize it very quickly. Shot clock says 6. We set up to 18. Advantage USA get a chance to set their defense.
Li Gen throws it in for Team China. Zhao Jiwei to Wang. It's short, but rebounded and back home by Jai Xiaoshuan. Irving over to Butler in the corner.
The tap out by DeMarcus Cousins, and there's Durant.
Durant. One-on-one. From outside the three-point line, back rims it.
And there's Klay, that's pretty.
Thompson in and out. And China tries to reset, slow things down just a little bit as they take it across the timeline. The crowd is just aching for Durant buckets at this point. Warriors fans have always been among the best in the NBA, even when the team was not good, which was a long period. It's easy to forget now with the success they've had the last couple of seasons. Another ovation both for DeMarcus Cousins, who has left the game, and for hometown favorite Draymond Green back in for the U.S.
Glad you brought that up, Matt. They are not fair weather fans. They've been here. And DeMarcus Cousins, 21 points, 11 rebounds.
Second double-double already in the exhibition season for DeMarcus Cousins, who was 7 of 8 from the field. Let's send it over to Jared.
Smitty, for precautionary reasons, Paul George won't return tonight, a left calf strain. Again, just precautionary reasons, Paul George won't return with a left calf strain.
All right, Jared, and that's the one thing, obviously, the U.S. would love to guard against if they can, is any sort of injury to anybody.
Yes.
And one opportunity for Wang Zhulin.
Good job is you see Paul George over there smiling, so hopefully just a little uncomfortable for him, and he'll get a chance to return. Don't want to take any chances, man.
No, they're going to be super precautious.
I think my thigh is hurting a little bit. You got the rest of this game?
I'm good.
You're good. Right.
No standing will be required of you over the next 8 minutes, just so we're clear on that, our responsibilities. DeRozan from the baseline. Draymond Green can't get it. Another chance for Green. Wong was in there to defend it. And a foul on Team China.
Charge number 31, Wang Zhongling. That's his 5th.
The WNBA's 20th season is in full swing. Don't miss a minute of the action as the season resumes on Friday, August 26th after the Olympic break. Be a part of the historic season and get your tickets today at WNBA.com/tickets. Zhou Peng fouls out on that personal against Draymond Green. So he, like the rest of us, will be watching from here on out as the chants of USA
Substitution for
begin
China.
to stir here in Oakland.
Matt, do you like the addition of Zaza Pachulia and David West for this team?
I think they're going to miss
Warriors.
Andrew Bogut defensively. I think they knew that as well, but that's the salary cap move they had to make to accommodate the Durant signing. Zaza Pachulia does some of what Bogut does. He's certainly not the shot blocker that Bogut is. He's not the playmaker offensively that Bogut is. But all things considered, not a bad fit. And David West is just a professional. Come in, he's going to instill toughness. The team that already was plenty tough can still knock down a jump shot. Have to shore up the rest of that bench with all the losses.
I think they have to get some speed. And I love David West, Zaza Pachulia, and I think they re-signed Anderson Varejao as well, right? But I think some kind of way they got to find some speed. Some guys coming off the bench. They're gonna miss Barbosa, even though up in age, he wasn't beat, but he was beat.
He was at least
He was at least beat.
Played very well for the Warriors after coming back to the NBA. Fellow Brazilian like Varejao. Varejau's got a back issue, and so they flew him back to the United States. And I couldn't help but think, isn't that the last thing you'd want to do if you've got a back injury, is get on a plane for 10 or 12 hours? Thompson out of the post. Pretty good effort by Guo defensively.
I like Guo.
Guo's got some toughness. He can handle the ball. Joe Chi couldn't handle that pass. Thompson 0 for 7 before that layup. And Klay Thompson gets his first bucket of the night, much to the delight of the home crowd.
And a nice pass from Kevin Durant. And Klay Thompson with a little smile saying, finally, I got a bucket.
It was his first two-point attempt of the night as well. Sometimes it pays to step in a step or 5 steps in this case.
I guess when you can shoot like that, he feels like every shot's going in.
Klay Thompson, one of the great two-way players in the NBA. We saw the other night a lineup with Thompson and Butler and Paul George all out there together. And if you're a ball handler or a wing player, that is a nightmare.
It is.
Lee Ginn
Again down there on the block.
over Lowry.
Nice.
Nice little step back by Lee Ginn.
Again has that look. I like him. This is deep. Oh,
Durant thought about it.
nice
Pass
kick
Joe
out.
Chi over to Lowry in the corner. 3-1 fall. And Joe picks up the rebound.
Good job of moving it around, and defensively they're staying patient and solid. Yeah, so that's all you want to do is contest. Just don't reach.
Offensive board for Joe off the giant miss. And Guo Alon. Another ooh from the crowd he produces, but couldn't finish. Draymond Green fouled by Jai.
Charge number 17.
Durant thought he'd made himself a nice little assist there.
14 foul.
He did.
Substitution for USA.
But Kyle has to knock down a shot. He was
Replacing Kevin Durant.
a little different. A little Steph Curry.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, a little different. Kyle Lowry likes to shoot him off the dribble. He's not stationary a lot.
Of course, Durant would have been an ideal offensive rebound position had he not been airplaning it down the other way. Dre well short on the 3. Guo against Kyrie.
He's doing a nice job. He stays on rhythm. Pressure's not bothering him.
travel.
Good call, man.
Substitution for China. Check it back in. Number 10, Joe Pong.
Zhou Qi, all kinds of length. Really going to have to put some muscle on if he's going to be an NBA player at some point.
It's unbelievable. 7'7" wingspan, though.
Great length, and like so many bigs we see coming up through the ranks, really comfortable out on the perimeter. Hasn't shot the ball well, but he's obviously comfortable handling it and taking those shots. Saw that in the summer league as well with the likes of Dragan Bender, 7-footer. He's completely at home out of the three-point line.
He definitely is.
China foul. Charge number 17, John Chung, second personal. Fifth
All
team
red,
foul.
white, and blue here at Oracle Arena in Oakland. The U.S. leads it by 46. Let's take a look at tonight's stat of the game presented by Nike. And Smitty, on this exhibition season, the U.S. is racking up significant margins of victory already, 37-49, and we sit at 46 here with just under 5 minutes to go at Oracle Arena. And this is nothing new. In the 12 Olympics in London, the U.S. won all 8 of their games by more than 32 points per game on average, including that 83-point win over Nigeria, most lopsided men's basketball game in Olympic history.
Yeah, I think it'll be those type of margins until they face a team like France or Spain. Their coast.
Good drive to the rim by Guo, who's shown some ability here tonight for Team China. Guo has 9 points on the night. China's shooting it better here in the second half.
They are.
After shooting 29% in the first half, they're an even 50 right now, 11 of 22 from the field.
They're definitely missing Yi. We could definitely help them have some kind of stability on the wing.
And if you're just with us, Yijian Lian, who's the most familiar player to most American fans, having played in the NBA, is not with Team China tonight. We're told because of a passport issue. He led the team with 18 points on Sunday, and they expect him to return to the team shortly and be ready for the Olympics when China will face the U.S. in both teams' first Olympic contest. Barnes in and out for 3, another second chance opportunity for the U.S. Green
Got that one to go.
bounces it home. Draymond Green's sitting on 4 points for the night. His first made bucket. So both Thompson and Green had to wait until the fourth quarter to get their first made field goals tonight on their home floor. I guess it's their home floor.
Yeah, it is.
It's in their home building.
Home building, not the floor. But it is.
Not their usual floor. Thompson to DeRozan. Hangs back to Thompson. Quick trigger 3 is good for Clay.
Now that's a difficult shot. Didn't get a chance to bend his knees, being able to shoot it with perfect form. And just basically using all arms from that range. That's impressive.
First made 3 in 8 tries tonight for Klay Thompson. One of the elite three-point shooters on the planet. Zhou Qi, nice little ball fake. And the shot won't go for Jia Chung. Lowry trailing, he'll try a deep 3. Transition bucket for Joe Pong.
USA foul.
The China team still up cheering for their team.
14 foul.
Good job by them in playing this game out.
Substitution for USA.
Nice little in and out.
Kyrie Irving returns.
A nice little play, a little N1. Teammates up, celebrating. Nice move.
One shot.
Joe Punk goes to the free throw line. I think I misspoke earlier when we told you Joe had fouled out. That's obviously not the case. It was Wang Julin who fouled out. DeRozan 360 and nearly threw it down. DeMar DeRozan,
Wait
just
a
because he
second.
can.
Yeah, whoa, wait, I got
And
to
a
see this
technical
again.
foul on the U.S. bench.
Look at this.
DeMar DeRozan went for the 360 dunk
Charge number 17
against Jia Chung.
Fifth team foul. A technical foul has also been
Foul will
called
go
on
against
Jia
Jia Chung. And the U.S. bench picks up a technical foul. Rose from the free throw line to shoot the
Man, that's one of the most impressive attempts. I had no understanding of where he was going.
he knew exactly what he was doing.
I usually see him do a 360 and go underneath the rim.
DeMar DeRozan was a two-time participant in the NBA Slam Dunk Contest.
I mean, Andre Iguodala. No, look, watch this, man. This is a 360.
Number 10, George Hall.
That's impressive.
Attempted a technical shot.
Don't know how often Jia Chung has faced that in the CBA back home,
He's never seen that.
playing for the Sichuan Blue Whales. Joe misses the technical free throw.
Wow. I'm still in awe of what
Still
DeMar
a buzz in the
DeRozan
building about that.
It is.
People are trying to make sense of what they just saw. Closing in on 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Joe Chi with the easy finish.
I like that play from him. Nice catch on a block and being able to finish up high with that 7'7" wingspan.
11 points now for Joe on 4 of 8 shooting. Thompson. Clay's got the feeling. Back-to-back threes for Klay Thompson. The U.S. closing in on triple digits here.
They got it.
And now have it at 101. Biggest lead of the night if you're keeping track, Smitty. 50.
It's 50.
Joe puts it on the deck, and nice lefty finish from the big man.
Now that looked good in traffic. And being able to finish, and there's Klay.
Thompson. Ooh. 3 straight threes for Klay Thompson. Steph likes it. His new teammate likes it. Warriors fans love it here at Oracle.
Nice move.
Jia Chung couldn't convert. They turn it over. It's Glow with the layup.
Right about now, he's about to shoot it.
Thompson's got it again. He'll try another one. Can be 4 in a row. No. So Thompson, after missing his first 7 threes of the night, knocks down 3 in a row before the miss there. Under a minute to go. Only question at this point, Smitty, is will the United States win by 50 or something less than 50?
Watch this 360 again. I'm glad we're showing it again. I mean, that's so impressive. That's a 360 is hard by yourself, and there's Klay. That's pretty too. Ooh. Steph like it out. And little Iggy.
Back at Oracle, where the U.S. leads by 49. Some NBA news today. Former U.S. Olympian Amari Stoudemire announced his retirement today. Won a bronze medal with the red, white, and blue back in 2004, and also played 14 seasons in the NBA with Phoenix, the Knicks, Dallas, and Miami. Amari was a 6-time All-Star, former member of first-team All-NBA as well. Thompson got another one. 4 threes here in the fourth quarter for Klay Thompson.
I thought you said earlier, man, he was 0 for.
He was 0 for 7 to start.
Now he's quickly.
All of a sudden he has 15 points.
Quickly has 15.
So Amari Stoudemire, who called himself Stat, standing tall and talented throughout his career, I guess is now Star, standing tall and retired.
Yes. He could sit and have all the wine baths he wants right now.
I think a champagne bath is
Yeah,
in order
champagne.
because he's
Yeah,
retired now.
Just a fantastic career. He battled through injuries. Just love the way he approached the game.
Everyone wants to
Six-time
see-
All-Star.
Everyone wants to see another 360 attempt by DeRozan here. And he's just going to dribble out the clock. Don't forget, Game Time comes your way next on NBA TV. Complete post-game coverage of this game right after we're done with Rick Campbell and Sekou Smith back in our Atlanta studio. Only here on NBA TV. The United States will win it by an even 50. They sweep back-to-back exhibition games against China. They'll see them again on August 6th when both teams open Olympic play in Rio de Janeiro. Carmelo Anthony had the big third quarter with 16 of his 20 points. DeMarcus Cousins led Team USA with his second double-double of the exhibition season. 21 points on 7 of 8 shooting and 11 rebounds, 5 of those on the offensive end. And one of the stories of the night, certainly the story when we began the night, was Kevin Durant.
Yes.
Making his first appearance at Oracle Arena as a member of the Golden State Warriors, came out and hit the United States' first 10 shots, including the opening bucket of the night. All things considered, a great start for KD
It was.
and Team USA here.
And for Oracle Arena, you know, his first game, getting a chance to play here, and he came out, like you said, being able to knock down shots, 10 quick points, very impressive.